Hey, welcome to the Triple Two PC Podcast, coming to you straight out of the DFW Metroplex. I'm Kev, he's Keith, and this is the Triple Two PC. Once again, welcome everyone that's tuning in right now to the Triple Two PC Podcast. As I said just a second ago, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Keith.
And this is the Triple Two PC Podcast. It's been a minute, so we're going to have to catch you up on a couple of things that we got going on. And can y'all hear that? Y'all hear that thunder?
Yes, it's...
Yeah, we got a thunderstorm going on in DFW currently, but we're going to forge ahead and push on because this is what we do. So,
no doubt.
Keith, my brother, how are you doing, first of all?
Well, man, let me readdress what you just addressed. Man, everybody, we in Texas, and you know me, I'm from Wichita Falls. I like to say that so my people don't think I forgot them. Stand up, y'all. Now it's WF via DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And it's been hot. That's what they say for now, y'all. That ain't heat. That's energy. And Gaia, Kai, has made up her own mind because she is a living species. Earth is who I'm referring to. She has made up her own mind that she is going to petition the sun for more energy to raise her own vibration because it has gotten so low. So I'm saying that to say that's not heat out there, y'all. That's energy.
Let's go
we're
get
gonna
it.
Get a break from it. With the
Let's
rain.
go get it. Let's go get it. And other news with the Marvin Network, we are proud to be announcing coming shortly Game Day Barbecue, brought to you this season by Pig Out Barbecue, sponsored by Smoked as well. It's going down. If you haven't seen their video on TikTok, it's going down. Wait till it pops. It's going to go down.
So let me make sure you didn't fly their head with the name. Pig Out Barbecue. That means no pig. The pig is out.
Let's go, people.
There's a pun intended. Let's go.
Let's go, people. Pig Out Barbecue coming very, very soon on the Marvin Network. We also, Keith, my brother, you might have forgot about this, but I know you didn't. We also got a couple that's going to tag team up on some his and her fitness.
Let's go. Bodybuilding, lifestyle, culture. Shout out to my man. You understand me? DeCarlos Hill.
Yes, DeCarlos Hill, who was actually the first interview that we did on the Marvin Network Sports. So yes, that was a great thing. What else, my brother? What else we got going on?
We also got, let's see. We have something really special coming up on MNN Sports. Again, Wichita Falls, this is very special to you. It'll be more endearing to you. We have an upcoming interview with the one, the only, Talia Brooks, heptathlete.
Yes,
in the
yes,
Olympics,
yes.
2024 Paris. So don't forget, y'all keep your ears open for that. Also,
let's go, people. Finale. Let's go.
We have the finale of the Schaefers of the docuseries, recovering from his story. The Schaefers will be for the last part, and we got something very special with that one. Make sure y'all tune in to the Schaefers. They gonna give us a treat.
Yes, yes, indeed. Definitely tune in. So, my brother Keith, it's been a minute. It's been a long time. So, let's get in and get the people what they want. As we always say, it's going to be 15 minutes. So, we got to get it in. We got to get it in quick. So, Keith, what we have in store for this evening's festivities?
Well, the fact that we hadn't been on in a second, I thought we'd come back hard. You know what I mean? And let's make this inclusive for all men, what we're about to talk about.
Okay.
Now, we brought somebody on as a guest to further perpetuate the message that we will be putting in your ears. We have, with no further ado, Mr. Jamal Steen.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
Hello. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good. Also, one half of pig out barbecue.
Come on now. Hello, y'all. Surprise, surprise, right before your very eyes.
Yes, yes.
So, Mr. Steen, I brought you on for a reason, right? We brought you on this Triple Two PC podcast for a reason, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have something important I want to talk about.
And what is that, sir?
Toxic masculinity.
Woo!
Ooh, now that,
Can you
my brother, is a little what we call heavy. And the
Can you
bomb
repeat that?
had to drop.
drop the bomb, my G? So repeat that for me, brother. What we talking about again?
Toxic masculinity.
And on that note, the floor is yours.
So, when I first heard the term toxic masculinity, I was thinking maybe, it was something like overkill for the fair sex to use when they have a problem with men or situations with men. But I thought of it in another sense of the trueness of the matter, because I was brushing it off at first when I heard it. I'm like, oh, okay, she just mad because a guy treated her some type of way. But masculinity shouldn't be toxic in a sense, because we need masculinity.
Yes, sir.
Because the masculine supports the feminine and protects
sir.
the feminine.
Okay.
But when I thought about it more, the toxicity comes in within our culture as Black folks, with people being masculine in ways that destroy our community, basically.
Okay.
When you're overcompensating with someone else, like the young kids like to call it their ops.
Right. Yeah, man.
And you want to go and do some destructive things for nothing. It's not that important to go and ruin someone else's life, take someone else's life, and ruin your own life at the same time. And so many others falling behind that, family members, mothers, fathers, children. But I see that as a problem in our society, being the younger guys making the masculinity that they need to release, but they release it in a toxic way.
So, man, I can think of one real world example when you just said that. I was literally sitting by these two younger cats, I'm saying younger, maybe late teens, early 20s. And you know me, I'm an old man now, so I ear hustle a lot. You know what I'm saying? Eavesdrop, if you will.
Yes, sir.
And this other brother walks by these two brothers and says, one of them says to the other one, you know him? He's like, I know of him. He said, I don't like him. And the other brother said, you don't? Why? And the brother said, I just don't.
Wow.
Now, I was going to let them make that, but me being old, I couldn't. Excuse me, young brothers. Excuse me, young bloods. I'm an older cat, and I was ear hustling on your conversation, and I got a problem. That's a woman trait you just portrayed, sir.
Exactly.
That's a woman trait, right? So now, but watch, the woman trait that you just displayed is going to bring out the masculinity, the toxic masculinity that we speak of. So go ahead, though, brother. I digress.
Yes, and in another sense, I was thinking about the toxic masculinity thing within our culture or whatnot. Being, we got this masculinity that is so powerful if we use it as a troop. So, say for instance, you're in the army and your own platoon is firing at you. We're not going to be able to win the war that way. So that's the way I see it in that sense. We're going against each other, but we got all this powerful masculinity that we're directing in the wrong direction.
Woo! Hey, wait a minute, man. Let me paraphrase that for you. He said that we're in our own war. We're in a bigger war, yet we're at war with ourselves.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just want to make sure I was lacking in the crowd too.
Absolutely.
Hey man, let me let y'all know how this vibration really works, man. Because just earlier today, man, I happened to stumble across a video from Dr. Umar Johnson, right? And I don't, subscribe to him or anything of that nature, but it's funny because of the subject we're talking about. And that very subject you're talking about, he took it all the way back to slavery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And he said, that the master once a year would release someone. But the person who ended up in those positions was the person who was telling on the other slaves. And so that gets bred into us for generation after generation of 20 generations. That's why we're against each other off the rip.
Yep. And I mean, let's add to that. Light skin, dark skin.
Yes.
Field,
Whatever we could go
house,
in that, right?
whatever
Whatever
diversion.
that can make us different.
Yes. Whatever could divide us.
Yeah.
It was very divisive.
Divide and conquer.
And we got sold into that, and that's what we wholeheartedly believe. So then we just get in our little niches and gangs, right, and say, okay, well, this is ours. This is what we can claim, not knowing that, hey, man, it all can be ours.
Absolutely. It's
You're
not
thinking
knowing
too
that-
small.
Yes, you want to be real power comes with inclusiveness as a group.
Yes.
Come on now.
Look
Yes,
at
sir.
every other culture.
Well, the pencil thing, right? You can snap one pencil in half, but you get about 5 or 6 of them joints, you can't break it.
Exactly. Or if you got a troop, you got your troop that you're going against your ops. So it's 10 of y'all. Imagine if it was 100 or 1,000 of y'all together.
On
That's
one
real
beat.
power.
Yeah,
That's
on
real
one beat.
power.
Yeah, but see, now we talking knowledge, right? And knowledge, see, we were taught that knowledge is power. Nah, application of knowledge is power.
Now, look how the Black Panthers roll per se versus the gangsters guys that's in their little cliques. The Black Panthers roll militant.
Yep. Now, here's what's crazy though: the gangs didn't start out how they ended up.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right? Gangs used to have community services, empowering the community, protecting the community. That's what they were known for at first. But what happened, like with everything else, they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth.
They made that masculinity toxic.
Come on now, let's go. 360, I love it.
And the other human trait is when you got power like that, easily corrupted.
Absolutely.
Well, when you got power like that, we're going to have to infiltrate that thing some kind of way. Come on, Hugh and Newton, Black Panthers, everything.
Because everything was exceeding too much, like it's a certain type of way our people move to where we have a goal and we working together. We kind of move like tenfold. You kind of get what I'm saying. The power in it is more than
exponential. It's exponential.
We couldn't even imagine it.
Right.
But the only thing to it is to do it. Basically, the only thing to it is to do it and see what you can accomplish.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that.
And the other realization on that doing is the consistency of doing it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what are we going to do consistently? See, here's the deal. We've assessed an issue. We've thought of maybe a few. We thought about the way that we know it needs to be rectified. So now, how? What do we do? It's got to be basic. It's got to be fundamental, right? So I was going to ask you, but I'm gonna let y'all off the hook. Here's what's happening. Sorry, and it's going to step on some toes, but I stay 10 toes down, so they always going to stand on something. And I know for a fact that you got to get rid of the peace breakers before you can start being the peacemaker.
Absolutely.
And that's sad. And I said that because that's sad because we're talking about advancing, man. And you can't advance with bad apples and bad seeds because one spoils the whole bunch. That's right. But we ain't gonna let one monkey stop no show. So what we gonna do? Hey man, I know what I do. Every time I get with someone, man, that I think has that mentality that I think I can reach, I just offer this. I can't tell you what to do, fam. I know you're in a bad situation. I know your back's probably against the wall and you're doing what you feel like you have to do. But there's always another way. There's always a choice. So now me saying that is easy to say, but if his stomach empty, he ain't gonna hear nothing I'm saying, huh? So let's go back to the basics. Hey man, let's have some lunch. Let me put something on your stomach. You know what I'm saying? So I can reach your ears. What am I doing?
Showing concern for someone else other than you.
Absolutely.
Love.
So that kind of makes me think of another thing that Dr. Umar was saying about that. He was like, a lot of these guys don't have a father figure. So I try to be that type of person when I can to the younger generation and tell them different because, I done been through those phases in my life, and I found out that it's no that direction leads you nowhere.
Yeah, there's no reciprocity in it. You know what I
So
mean? Streets don't love nobody.
absolutely not.
But here's another issue though that you have to consider. You know, the root of all evil is real, because now the gentleman that we're talking about, that we're going to address and give solid counsel to, how he gonna listen when he got $100,000 in his pocket?
Yeah,
He gonna listen to me for? See, a lot of that is the problem too.
yeah,
But again, made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. And what is their wealth? The root of all evil.
of all evil, which is really a figment of imagination.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If we get real, come on now.
You know, if we talk about that,
Well, we do that on the Triple Two PC podcast, so that is what we do. So
You understand?
you get as real as you need to get.
want. Yeah, you understand me? I'll go get a shovel if I need to.
absolutely. Because at one point in time, it was the barter system. Yeah, you get what you work for.
Come on, man. Fair exchange.
Exactly. So, hey, if you work, that's working multiple, you work your ass off, then you get, you get reap the benefits.
Yep, you reap what you sow, type of thing. So I wanted to back it up for a second, because we were talking about principle, man, and the principle that I want to.
And don't forget about the toxic masculinity.
Yeah, man. And so that's what I want to talk about. One of the reasons that toxic masculinity exists is for the damn opposite reason. And that is the feminine principle has been stripped from us. The being, the nurturing, the forgiving, the understanding, the being reasonable, being logical. See, all that's out the window. You know what we substituted it with? Being a savage, being a demon, being a monster. And that's what we are, because the feminine principle has been removed. Now, I'm going to elaborate just a little bit because it's too heavy just to get into this to the 15 minutes, man. But the feminine principle, why do you think you have an X chromosome and a Y chromosome? See, there's balance. You have to have balance. We're walking out here unbalanced because we only have one thing, masculine, which turns toxic, like my man said. See, because there's a balance. You can go all the way back to Ma'at and Thoth. Thoth knew everything, wrote everything, brought in knowledge, brought in doing. We're doers, but we need something to balance us, and we're off balance. And they took that feminine principle from us and the woman. They replaced the woman's feminine principle with masculinity.
Yes.
Now, so you ask, well, where did the feminine principle go? I'm glad you asked. It's went into the form of current or currency. It went to the bank, river banks. Remember, women are water. See, you see that where they stole it and then usurped it and used it for themselves? They turned it into currency. They turned it into taking it to the bank because they know that is what makes you powerful. My man Sensei, shout out to him. He said, you feel like $1 million when you got some currency, but when you ain't got none, you feel terrible. See, they took the principle, and now we're absent of that principle, so we're volatile. Which brings you back to the masculine, the toxic masculinity.
So people out there, you need to get right. You need to understand who you are. You need to dig deep and be real. Fix those things that you find wrong in yourself. Because like he said before, knowledge is great, but the application of knowledge is where it's at.
Church.
This is a Triple Two PC podcast. Let's go.
So, Mr. Steen.
Yes, sir.
I know you've thought about this a lot. So what I would like to ask you to offer the audience is, let's say if you had one young brother, a young brother with some influence though, let's say a gang leader, crew leader, squad leader, depending on the region you're in the United States, they call them a bunch of different things. If you could get one of them, man, by themselves that has some influence, what bug would you put in their ear?
The bug that I would put in their ear is basically coming off the points that we were getting to earlier, think about this before you react in a way that could change everybody's lives like that.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Did they do something so bad for you to kill them?
Yeah.
Did they do something so bad for you to shoot at them?
Mm-hmm.
What weigh out the consequences and the risk versus is it worse? Or is it going to be any benefit out of it? Like, so what logical sense does it make to make this decision that could destroy everything that you worked so hard to accomplish?
Well, that's logic right there.
Destroy other people's lives that you love. Destroy other people's lives that you don't know. Kids' lives that don't deserve this. Mothers' lives that all they care about is the well-being of their sons and daughters. Absolutely. Society, which is getting destroyed by this revolving door that's going on with all of this violence that is nonsensical. You know, like at the end of the day, we're destroying something that we should be cultivating.
Yeah. I think in the end, you know me, Kay, I love putting stuff in layman terms. I think you was talking to that young brother about choice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's all we got today on the 222 PC podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate our special guest, which will be frequenting the show again and again. So y'all get used to him. That's when he ain't pigging out.
For sure.
And so, Kevin, brother, can you take us home?
Yes, indeed, my brother. We appreciate everybody tuning in to the 222 PC podcast. As we said, I'm Kevin and he's Keith. Peace. And as he used to say back in the day, soul.
Fire. Make sure y'all tune in and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're out.